All right, this is the beginning of this transformation on this house. I always like to start with the weed whacking, get the edges, knock the edges down. Helps with the lawnmower when I go to cut it. Um, Unfortunately, my phone died, so I missed the full edging of the grass. But in the end, we'll have some pictures to show you. So I just go around the whole house, knocking down the perimeter where the lawnmower doesn't reach very well, right alongside the walls, and also along the edges. I like to get those as well. All right, so whenever I'm edging, I discover a root, right? I'm gonna show it to you here in a second. I like to use my root tool, um, pull the weeds from the root, as you can see right here, and we're back at it. All right, now this one had been there for some time. This was like a bush or something. I'm not sure really what it was, but it was deeply rooted in there. I had to grab the shovel because the little root tool wasn't working. So I tried to just dig around in a 360, right? And then customer gave me a little tip for the hard work. All right, yeah, there it is. So the customer gave me a little tip, seeing for the hard work. I'm sitting here. Originally agreed to do this house for $40. He wanted me to just cut the weeds down, but I couldn't just do that, so I went ahead and trimmed it. Here's the root system of that. But like I was saying, I couldn't just knock the weeds down because it had already been done before. Somebody just weed whacked it and just let it lay there. So I hooked the customer up and just did the house for him. So what I'm doing here is I just put my Toro, right, self-propelled. I believe it's a XT35. Either way, took the bag off and put it on its highest setting and just knocked these weeds down. And you'll see me going to work. All right, so once I was done knocking all the grass down, I grabbed my rake and just went along the whole entire mowing job and raked up all the grass in a 360 into a bunch of piles, as you'll see here. All right, and coming on the finishing of raking everything into a pile, just took the camera around, showed all the piles of the dead grass. So you can see there's a lot of leftover grass from prior and what I had just mowed. All right, there's the walkway into the house. You'll later see some pictures on that. And we're back at it. Picking up, now I'm just going around picking up all the piles that I created. And let's go. So that's one green bin filled up all the way. Luckily today we had some good neighbors. They allowed me to use their green grass bin in order to continue with the filling of the grass, or else I would have had to load it in bags. But had some good neighbors and they allowed me to use their bins, so that way I didn't have to fill up garbage bags. All right, so I picked up all the piles now, and now I'm blowing all the loose leaves back into the grass, because now when I'm going to go over it again with the mower, I'm going to use the bag and put everything back in the green bin instead of just letting it lay on the ground. So what I like to do is go around all my edgings and blow everything back into the middle of the grass. That helps me bag everything and keep everything nice and neat. Clearing the porch a couple times. And yeah, digging out more roots. Here we go. All right, here we are. I'm going to show you a couple more roots. I just enjoy digging them out with this tool that I got. Some of them go pretty deep, but I think it's worth digging them out, especially the bigger ones. The smaller ones kind of take a little bit, but here's a tool I use, sponsored by Ace. This is not paid, so let me get back at it. And now I'm going to go along the edges with the mower. I hit the edges first, and then I do the main part of the grass. I like to hit the edges and then come back And this is where you're gonna see me doing a lot of dumps. I really had to double back on this grass, so I would go out and come back on the same line, because a lot of the grass was laid down, so I had to hit it from both directions in order to get a pretty decent cut on it. And I had dropped my mower down. It was on the highest level before with no bag, and then so when I put the bag on, I dropped it down 2 levels and then went over the entire thing. If you add the directional pattern, it kind of adds like a cool little look sometimes. It's just something different from your typical back and forth on a square pattern. Just separates it from the other houses. And as I'm approaching the end of this, my phone died literally as I finished. So when my phone dies, you're just gonna see a bunch of pictures. So here's what it looked like prior. Here's what it looked like halfway when I had scooped everything into piles. And then that's what it looks like edged up, right? This was the little side portion of the house. And that's what it looked like when it was finished. This is again the walkway with the piles of grass. And this is again with the edging. I appreciate you guys watching the video. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and let me know how I can improve.